Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Extreme Rules preview show of the IWC Radio Podcast. I'm Smoot. Along with me tonight, Chucks and Will. Beans, once again, still on assignment. How you guys doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
All right.
Great to hear. Okay. Sorry we weren't here last week. It was kind of a slow news week, so we took the week off, and up until I think about 45 minutes ago, Will just realized that Extreme Rules is tomorrow night.
Yeah, no idea.
Another slow news week.
Yeah, I was kind of up. I was kind of the same way because I heard a blurb somewhere either through media or on Twitter that it was this week, and I was like, oh wow. So I definitely feel for him on short notice for sure. So
The thing is, though, I actually watched Raw and SmackDown, which, if you haven't watched the Go Home show, that's all they talk about, and I still didn't know.
that's all they talked about. Yet there's no match for Big E on this card.
Well, no, yeah. Surely they've got to give him a match. He's got to get that announced on the pre-show or something, surely.
I mean, that's kind of last minute, don't you think?
Well,
It is. Is this one of those things where they announced? For some reason, I remember someone saying there was going to be a Big E Randy Orton match, and then they moved it to Raw. Does that sound like something that's happened recently?
Well, Randy Orton didn't he injure himself of some sort?
I don't know. Maybe. Is
No.
how out of the loop we all are these days.
No, the original plan, going back all of 2 weeks,
A lot can change in 2 weeks.
exactly. It was going to be Lashley and Orton. So much so it was actually announced for Extreme Rules. Then I'm assuming Vince panicked because AEW got a decent rating 1 week,
They did, yeah.
and he then moved the Extreme Rules match to Raw.
Yeah.
And then also, it was also heavily teased that Big E was going to cash in his case, which he did.
And he did.
So Big E became champion. But yeah, now it doesn't have a match announced for Extreme Rules. Nor does Lashley, and nor does Orton. Although I imagine Orton and Riddle may get defending the tag titles. But that's not been announced either, so.
Great.
And on Extreme Rules, which is the one night of the year that we go extreme, the rule book goes out the window.
That's right.
You go extreme. We have one match that's Extreme Rules. No tables, no chairs, no ladders, no stairs, not even a stairs match.
Upstairs.
No chains, no Falls Count Anywhere, no Iron Man.
There's only one Extreme Rules match that's booked. And that's
One Extreme Rules match.
That's for the Universal title. So maybe they'll add something last minute, but this is looking like a fairly normal show. I mean, last year somebody's eye popped out.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, we got a couple of frames of Rey Mysterio holding a marble.
Yeah. I think you said it before the show. It's like as if they don't really want to be doing the show.
Yeah.
That was me. I'm taking credit for that one.
Oh,
Yeah, it feels like this is just something that's kind of sprung up on them. They didn't realize they had a show coming up. And oh God, we just got to throw something together. We were thinking ahead to Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Here comes Extreme Rules out of nowhere, and we've got to throw together a card. And, oh God, one of them's got to be an Extreme Rules match. Just give that to the demon.
There was even a swamp fight last year.
There was.
Oh, that's because Extreme Rules was the horror show.
That's right, yeah.
Braun Strowman in the swamp.
Yeah. Now both of those guys aren't in the company anymore.
Yeah.
Crazily enough. So yeah. Should we get right into it here, I guess? I mean, get right into the prediction game?
Yeah, it won't take long.
All right.
Not a big card.
It's only 6 matches, believe it or not, formally announced. So
Oh
Yeah,
well.
we'll get into it here.
WWE title last year was Drew McIntyre defeating Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have anything announced for the kickoff, so I'll just start here with Liv Morgan versus Carmella. There's nothing to there's no stipulation, there's no title, it's not number one contenders. It's just Liv Morgan and Carmella.
Yeah, something came from this last night. I don't quite know what, because I wasn't really paying much attention.
Awesome.
Love it.
So yeah. Yeah, they did do something together. Oh, there you go.
Coke Vanilla.
Vanilla? Oh man.
So yeah, I don't really have much to say on this one, because
Well,
You
Liv
think
Morgan
it
had a
was
match,
just-
and then Carmella came down and to try to get a closer look, and Liv was not happy about it. And she was competing against Zelina Vega.
that's right. I remember her being involved as well. Yeah. Slowly falling back into place.
I didn't even
I
watch
will-
the show, and I somehow remembered that.
I'm gonna Liv Morgan anyway for what it matters.
Yep. Okay.
Liv Morgan.
I'll also go with Liv. I don't really know why. Just got to choose one of them.
I also will go Liv Morgan. Why not?
Why the hell? Okay. And we'll have to get Beans' predictions at some other time. US title. Apparently this is a triple threat. Damian Priest, the current champion. Last I heard, he was actually undefeated since being called up.
Yeah.
Kind of impressive. But now he defends against both Jeff Hardy and Sheamus. Big challenge for him. I think he can do it.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna lose it now. I think it's too early for him. He's gonna hold on to it for a bit longer, at least.
Jeff Hardy's
And
one of
It's a
those,
triple threat.
and also
Triple
Jeff.
threats are where they like to beat undefeated guys by not beating them.
Yeah, and Jeff
That's
Hardy
true.
is a 24/7 stooge. So
He was, yeah.
yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And people were upset about it.
Yeah, people got upset and he got added to this match. So.
I'm gonna go Damian Priest as well. I think he's they keep going having Sheamus being his opponent, so I think might as well hold on to it for another one, even if it's the triple threat rules of no DQs and all that horse shit. So I'm gonna go Priest.
Okay.
And you as well.
Yeah. Definitely
And Will.
the right thing to do.
Yeah, Priest for me as well.
See, this is going to be one of those shows. SmackDown tag. We've got the Usos versus the Street Profits. I think I'm going to predict that we all predict the Usos.
I was kind of going for the Street Profits, believe it or not.
Really? Okay.
They want the smoke and want their time to get it in a normal, plain-ass tag team title match at Extreme Rules.
They did have, what's his name? Montel Ford?
Montez.
Montez. Where's
Montel.
Who's Montel? That's an MVP, isn't it?
It's MVP's name, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he was in the main event on SmackDown last night against Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he broke the announce table for some reason.
Yeah. So that's worth mentioning. I'm still going with the Usos though.
You're going with Usos.
So you can pull this up here. You going with the Usos?
With the Profits.
I'll go with the Profits. Why not? So you're both going Usos, huh?
Yeah.
We're both lying.
I think both of you guys are right, but we'll see.
You think we're right, but you're not going to do it. Fair enough. SmackDown Women's title. We've got Becky Lynch defending against Bianca. Maybe there's going to be an actual match this time. They go longer than a minute. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, I'd say so. I think Becky's winning, but I think Ross should have a match.
I agree. Becky to win.
Here, let me go. Here. This is from last night. Let me pull up this video here.
Oh, video.
I'll mute it so we don't get like in trouble or anything like that. But basically, Montez was over by the announcer's position, and then he goes to climb on the table, and then just fucking falls apart like that. The best. I have to give Pat McAfee credit. As much as I don't like him, he was just basically like, "Oh shit." So there you go.
He's slowly becoming my favourite person in WWE, actually, Pat McAfee. I didn't like him at first, but I don't know, I'm warming to him. Oh, he's been on that one then.
Dog the bounty hunter trending.
I'm sorry? Why is Dog the bounty hunter trending? You just saw that?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
He's dead.
Don't say he's dead.
Oh no, he's looking for the guy.
Yeah.
For the missing lady or whatever.
Cool. I mean, Dog's on it now.
Oh yeah, you know shit's real when he's on the case.
Exactly. It's all over.
Oh, there's Cartman.
Cool. Alright,
Awesome.
it's good to know he's still in business. Smoke, Becky or Bianca?
I want it to be Bianca, but it's got to be Becky, I think, at this point. So I'm going to go with her.
Yeah. Okay, we are running through this. The Raw Women's title is Charlotte defending against Alexa.
We were in here last week. We didn't mention the SmackDown before last week.
Yeah.
When they were in I forgot the name of the place now. My mind's gone blank. Where's Kane the mayor of?
Knox County,
Knox,
Tennessee.
Yeah,
Tennessee. That's it.
Knox, Tennessee.
They were in Tennessee and they were giving Bianca a big sort of welcome home party because that's where she's from.
Cool.
And they actually dragged Kane out of his shoes.
Right. Yeah.
Only works in his shoes, thank you. Yeah.
He loves it. Any excuse for Kane to
Well,
be Kane.
yeah, so. But yeah, it was just a thing. You think some of the things Kane's done in his career, and he's doing this now. Yeah, sorry, the Raw match.
The Raw match, Charlotte defending against Alexa. Maybe some magic.
Where
the creepy doll getting involved.
People apparently reportedly were walking out during that segment on Raw.
She's apparently called bullshit on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did actually watch it, and I can't see anyone going. I mean, obviously you can't see much from what you can see on TV, but I couldn't see anyone leaving.
Yeah.
So who said that people were leaving?
The internet.
The internet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. But the internet is usually right.
Somehow,
I think
somehow Meltzer got blasted with that.
I think
as
she
well.
blamed Meltzer.
Yeah.
The internet, she blamed him. Yeah, they've kind of. I don't know whether they're changing the character slightly or not, but she's kind of become a bit more jokey. She's taken the piss out of Charlotte a lot. That's been quite funny. There's a good line during this week's show actually when she that segment, where Alexa said something about being original, and then everyone started wooing.
Woohoo!
Which is a bit awkward under the current circumstances. But
Yeah.
then Alexa said, "That's not even yours. You didn't even invent that." And then
She's
great
right.
line from Charlotte was, the great line from Charlotte was, "Let's not talk about originality." And then just sort of pointed at her. So, yeah.
She should have mentioned Bray Wyatt.
Well, that's what she was getting at.
Yeah. Anyway.
So Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair's segment on WWE Raw this week brought out a lot of attention for the wrong reason. Dave Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio, 1,500 fans left the building and went home during the Alexa's Playground segment. Meltzer said, here's the quote, "They had about 8,000 in the building and people were leaving in droves during this segment. I heard 1,500 people left, and it's not like they left and went to the bathroom and came back. They left and went home at 10. People were going home at 10. And I had never heard that they did that during Raw, and it was this segment."
I don't know, I don't buy that, to be honest. The main event that night, you already announced, was Big E, Reigns, and
Sounds like Dave needs some new sources.
Ringside News said, "I was literally there." Oh, and fans reacted onto it to say, "I was literally there last night. This didn't happen. I was there too. He needs to check his sources." A few people.
Yeah. I don't think I say the main event was a triple threat: Big E, Reigns, and Lashley.
Yeah.
And you know, Reigns is non-royal, obviously, so you know, just the fact that he was there, I don't think you're gonna go for that.
Also, there's only 8,000 for Raw. That's kind of low.
There was another one. Apparently,
I think they're running quite small arenas at the minute, though, compared to what they normally do.
I can't remember what the arena is, but they're doing a show only like a couple of weeks, is it either before or after AEW's running the same arena.
Oh yeah, I read this.
Yeah,
Oh.
and apparently AEW's doing like 7,000 so far, and WWE's sold like 800 or something. It's insane. They're not selling any tickets.
Yeah, that one I've read. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, I'm going with Charlotte.
Big,
Big match Charlotte.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I'm not. I'm gonna go a different tip.
Ooh.
Alexa.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
That's a stunner.
Okay.
I mean, if this was still the pandemic, I think she would have a shot. But ever since, just so many things have transpired from last year till now that I would have agreed with you if this was like, again, this is still 2020. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like they've kind of just watered her character down quite a lot. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Alexa's tweet here. "Sorry, Meltzer, or whatever.
Yeah.
Can't get clout off of our segment." What's that supposed to mean? And then I would really love to know who these sources in quotes. No need for that. They are sources. I'd really love to know who these sources always are, because the stuff they come up with is quite ridiculous and sounds like just someone starving for attention. Which is, if they were starving for attention, wouldn't they want you to know who they are? If you don't know who they are, then what attention are they getting? I
Or
don't know.
is she not inadvertently having a go at Meltzer? Don't know what you mean.
Kinda, but like he's saying that someone told him, so like that could be it could be wrong. He's just passing on what he's heard. So yeah, I'm sure she is kind of blaming him, but in that one she's saying, "I'd love to know who the sources are."
Although, why is she quoting Ringside News? I don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Apparently, Ringside News are the guys that said it's not true. They might be don't know if that means it's credible or not. Maybe it did happen, and Ringside News is saying it didn't. Who the hell knows? We need to dig deeper into this one. And the main event already. There has to be more to this show. Video packages. Roman Reigns versus not just Finn Balor, not just any old Finn Balor. The Demon King is back. After all these years, the Demon Finn Balor challenging in an Extreme Rules match, the Extreme Rules match. The Demon doesn't lose. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Well, he does.
Well, he does, yeah.
No, he doesn't ever.
Let's see.
He must have done something.
Big, leaky, peacocking head of the table. Hold on, I gotta fix the line spacing on that. There we go. And then maybe go a little bit larger. There we go.
Lazy Joe.
Yeah, Lazy Joe. I was gonna ask. I forgot what the one. Yeah, big head of the table, Lazy Joe, tribal chiefster, super dog.
Have you got Juggernaut in there?
Juggernaut Reigns. That's who I'm picking.
When was Juggernaut? I remember that one.
That was quite early on.
He's a juggernaut.
Oh, it was one of his monikers, I see.
Yeah.
I thought he might have been known as the Juggernaut. But...
Okay. So that's my pick. Who you got?
Yeah, Roman for me too. The Demon did lose once at the end takeover to Samoa Joe in a steel cage. But whatever happened to that guy?
Well, exactly.
He's on the 2.0 brand, brother.
Is he even there anymore?
I think. I don't know.
He's out, and he
Oh yeah,
forfeited
he
the title.
relinquished the title,
Yeah.
but for how long? You know. Also,
Apparently he was supposed to come back as a wrestler.
yeah.
When they actually re-signed him, it was intended that he'd come back as an agent or trainer of some description. But yeah,
Other than he was just too awesome, and everyone wanted him to come back.
well, that's it. Plans change.
That's changed, and then change back again. Apparently.
Yeah.
Who have you got? Will Reigns or Finn Balor?
Finn Balor. Yeah, it's gotta be Reigns, isn't it? Tribal Chief.
That's it then. That's the end of the prediction game. Only a short one.
Yeah.
Have to
So we'll
watch out for any additions tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's gotta be some added.
forward this to Beans as well, see if what he's got to chime in with. But yeah, like there's got to be more matches for sure. And
Having said that, it's the report that Vince wanted shorter pay-per-views. So,
yeah, but it's Extreme Rules though. You got to add some steps here, man.
well, yeah, they could at least do that, couldn't they?
Yeah, the other thing with Balor is the fact that, like, you know, he got bumped by John Cena from a contract signing, and they haven't really ever addressed that. So he's been kind of a chump on TV, if you ask me.
Well, he did say, I mean, you're right, they haven't really addressed it, but they did say that he would how did it, what they actually say? He'd get to Cena eventually or something.
Yeah, eventually. Oh man.
Yeah, when he comes back again.
Sure.
He's
But yeah,
not promoting the film.
that is the Extreme Rules card. There you go.
Well, he could have got on last week on SmackDown because he was there.
Oh, wasn't he? Yeah.
We're both in MSG. He did a dark match. So you know, if he really wanted to get him, he could have got him there, but he didn't.
Interesting.
I think Finn Balor's a liar myself, but you know.
I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, it's just you gotta have some sort of comeuppance there. Like, it's just Cena just coming in and putting his name on the signature for the contract at SummerSlam. I doubt was legal in any sort of court.
Oh no.
But I don't know. It's just
Adam Pearce was okay with it.
yeah, and it makes Balor look like a fucking chump. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And this company just struggles to build stars, so I don't know.
It does.
I don't like Adam Pearce anyway.
You don't like the scrap daddy? Why not?
Yeah.
It's just several things.
Several things.
Is it because he's bald?
I was gonna say. That's the only thing I can think of.
That's one.
That's one of them.
Well, okay. This week is prime example. A couple of not so long ago, he was in a sort of mini feud with Roman Reigns himself.
Yeah, that's true.
And then this week, Roman was back on Raw for a one-off thing for some reason or other that was never really explained.
Ratings,
obviously. Yeah. And he's all, you know, oh, hey Roman, you know, how you doing and all this. It's like, but that wouldn't happen. Where's your sense of pride, man? And he leaves all the big decisions up to Sonya to make as well. Everything he has to do, he has to run by her. You were the manager before her. Don't like him.
I think he's alright.
He just appeared out of nowhere. There was no explanation. This is Adam Pearce. He's now a WWE official. There was no, you know. You could have at least had, you know, I don't know, Stephanie or Vince turn up and go, I'm leaving you in charge.
Yeah,
And then,
for a little while, he was just a guy that broke up fights backstage.
That's right.
Like one of the many agents.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he was making decisions.
I don't think anyone's actually ever given him any authority. I think he just does it.
That's hustle. You just show up and give yourself a job. And then soon enough, people will start to believe it.
Vince is going to just turn up one day and go, what the hell are you doing?
Who are you? What are you doing?
Who the hell are you, pal?
By all accounts, I imagine that's how he runs most of the roster. I don't think he knows half of them who they are.
Yeah, I'm quickly running through Raw here on the WWE.
Do you know what? I watch Raw from start to finish. I normally fast forward stuff. I normally fast forward through a lot of stuff. Raw actually wasn't bad for a change.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be like some sort of stacked card or something like that.
Yeah, it started off with, I say, Reigns was there for some reason with the Bloodline and Heyman.
Is the ratings?
As you say, ratings. Yeah. It started off with a 6-man against the New Day. A nice little moment actually before that match started, where Big E was thanking everyone for his title win. And he said something about, I want to thank their friends below the heavens, and obviously everyone cheered, and he looked up and he went, friends are in the heavens as well. And then everyone started chanting Brody, which I thought was quite nice.
Aww.
Not Luke or Harper, though.
No.
That would have annoyed Vince, I'm sure.
I don't, but Big E didn't actually say anything, but he was nodding. You could see.
Obviously, that's who it was. Apparently, they were very close friends.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. So this 6-man, Lashley got involved in the 6-man, which then turned into a triple threat, which is a pretty big main event actually for a Raw. It was Reigns and Big E and Lashley. So yeah, the two champions and Lashley, triple threat. And it was actually the 6-man was half decent on the triple threat was pretty good as well. They give them a bit more time. The main event started about 10:30ish. Well, it would have been 10:30. So they give them a little bit more time than what they usually get for the main event on Raw. I'm trying to think of any really bad. The only bad part, I'm not gonna give it too much stick because I don't think it was really her fault. But they had Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley come out to do a thing about the Connor's Cure stuff.
Oh, it's that time of year again, is it?
Yeah. It's been the last couple of weeks actually, but
it's also
she come out to do some kind of promo about get everyone to go to the website and whatever. And you could tell actually she was quite emotional. She was kind of tearing up. I don't know whether she's got some kind of personal connection or whatever, but she basically forgot the whole what she was supposed to say, and Nikki had to fit in for her. And Nikki isn't the greatest of promos anyways.
Oh no.
Wasn't the best. But as I say, it wasn't really anyone's fault as such. So.
Right.
And they actually Nikki and Rhea went on to win the women's tag titles.
Yeah.
I'm
surprised they're not defending them at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, well, they were on SmackDown, which I was quite shocked. I can remember that obviously the women's belts are on both shows, aren't they? So watching SmackDown, I thought it escaped Nikki Ash, but no, there she was.
There's no escape.
One thing going back to Raw actually as well, just to show you that no one really thinks about anything that's going on. I don't think. They've shown a promo for the draft, which I believe is next week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
And I think it might have been Jimmy Smith or one of them, might have been Corey Graves. Someone said, mentioned some comment about this could be the last time we see so and so on Raw. And then I thought to myself, you're saying this in the same breath as you advertising Roman Reigns being on Raw from SmackDown.
Right. Which is why I should end the brand split.
It was just you're trying to build up the split in one respect, and then you're just blowing it apart in the next sentence. So yeah, that didn't really make much sense. As you say, it was obviously ratings, but there was no actually explanation as to why he was even there.
End the brand split, please. Just it makes no sense to have these two shows compete with one another supposedly, and then you're just inviting talent from one to the other.
No, you're right.
I hate it.
So the draft starts on Friday, I think, on SmackDown. Because SmackDown's the new A show now.
Right.
For now.
Because it's 2 hours.
So no, I don't see. They've obviously got this. They've done it better than they normally do, because normally they do this the week before the pay-per-view, and then the pay-per-view doesn't make any sense because you've got people from Raw who are on SmackDown, whereas at least they've waited till after the pay-per-view this time. So that's one thing going for it, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, obviously you've got Crown Jewel around the corner, so. So yeah, I'm trying to think what happened on SmackDown. There was the Becky.
I was gonna point out this Alexa segment where she got wrecked by Charlotte, and then There was like this,
Oh, yeah,
like a doll of some sort that Charlotte ripped apart.
Yeah, Alexa made a copy of Lily for Charlotte called Charlie.
Yeah.
And dressed it in a Ric Flair robe and stuff. And
Could have been
looked kinda
Charlie
fun.
Caruso, for all we know.
It could have been. Could have been.
And supposedly this was the segment that everybody like walked out on as well. If you were the fans.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was right. They give Alexa. I knew that was going to happen.
Alexa running.
They give her slightly more personality. She's kind of, she's taking the piss out of Charlotte being the queen, and she's not just the zombie that she was. Whether or not they're trying to tease her more from back into normal Alexa, I don't know. She definitely seems to have a bit more life to her than she has in the past. Though.
I was waiting for that to wink, not gonna lie. Here, let me skip ahead. There's a bunch of talky stuff here.
I was where she made the original quote.
So why did you rip up Lily? You can just do that. The source of Alexa's power, supposedly.
Well, if that's the end of Lily, then
Right.
right.
That's the end of Charlie.
No, she ripped
Charlie.
up. Lily's still there.
Oh, I guess she was
Charlie's
going for Lily, and then that's when Alexa got back up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I still say Charlotte's gonna win, unless she gets like absolutely clowned on by the doll.
Well, Charlotte was mentioning that the old Alexa of how she was a former champion and stuff, and now she plays with dolls.
There's nothing wrong with that. They're action figures.
I don't know. I just think they might be teasing Alexa changing slightly a bit. So keep an eye on that one, I think.
Yeah, if she doesn't win it, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that match is like, hey, she comes to her senses,
Yeah.
We'll see. You said you didn't know what happened on SmackDown here. I have the
Vaguely, I remember bits of it. I remember this bit. Yeah. That was a decent match actually. The Nakamura
yeah.
crew.
Oddly enough, again, Intercontinental title not booked on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Happy Corbin.
I remember that one. He's doing a talk show now. Happy Talk.
Happy Talk.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yep, that's the thing.
Nikki Ash defeated Natalya, which again, no image for nothing. And again, Nikki on both shows.
Mm.
And the brand split.
Well, that kind of works, doesn't it? Because they're the tag champions now. So they are allowed on both shows officially. But I'm with you. I know what you mean.
Sonya Deville had security escort Naomi from the ring. What was this about?
Yeah, this is a bit weird. They've been teasing something with her for the last. Naomi was randomly drafted to SmackDown a couple of weeks ago for no apparent reason. No explanation given. Nothing. She just turned up. And then Sonya wouldn't give her a match, and she said, "We'll sort something out for next week." Next week came, and again, she wasn't booked on the card. And again, Sonya said, "We'll sort something out for next week." And then this week, she said, "I'm not taking no for an answer." And we just cut it out.
So she took no for an answer.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
So it looks like she did actually challenge Sonya to a match, and Sonya said, "No, I don't wrestle anymore. I'm an official." So yeah, I think it's probably going to lead to a match eventually somewhere.
And the Demon Balor here was a steel chair attack, I guess.
Yeah.
The Usos, and they're beating up Montez Ford. They already broke the announce table. And then there's the Balor. Oh, look at that. And then this is the only match, again, that's under Extreme Rules conditions. Oh, that makeup was pretty awesome. Oh, well, never mind. Hold on. Now it's like Jeff Hardy. Great. Thanks, video player. It's crazy that he got all, like, makeup like this with, like, only one spot on the show. It was just a steel chair and then do that. Like, I can understand why he doesn't want to become the demon if it's just, like, you know, one little spot like that. I get it.
And it should be special, too. He shouldn't just be doing it all the time.
Right.
That's true.
That is true.
Oh, well.
That was a quick rundown of WWE. AEW was live from Arthur Ashe this past Wednesday, and for Rampage, which I did not get a chance to see yet, which I'm probably going to fire up after we're done here. But,
who is Arthur, and how is he almost a superhero?
Well, there's an E at the end, so I guess it would be almost a superhero eventually. That's a good one. I can't answer that, but from what I saw on Dynamite, it was a great show.
I seen the first sort of half hour, and I've not keep meaning to catch up with it, and I just have no chance. But yeah, it looked like a cracking crowd.
It's a good show too.
Yeah.
They loaded it up again. It's crazy how much more fun AEW is. It's like how could WWE have got it so wrong for so long? How do they think that what they're doing is? I mean, why do you do it? What's the point? I don't know how. If you're trying to put smiles on faces, you can't see that your thing is boring people, and this one is actually making people smile, including CM Punk of all people. They're the most miserable guy in the world. And he's having a great time.
Not only that, did you see, before we get to the actual show itself, the Hart family news this week? No?
What happened?
What happened with the Harts?
Oh, the Owen Hart Foundation, yeah.
Yeah, they've got AEW on board.
Oh.
Yeah, the Owen Hart's gonna be in the game.
In the video game, there's going to be action figures produced.
And they're doing a tournament for the Owen Hart Cup or something it's going to be called.
Yeah.
No way. And they won't let WWE go anywhere near him for the Hall of Fame or anything.
Just thinking exactly that. You know, the AEW have got them all. Martha Hart was quoted in the press release, and you think she won't even look at Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
So it just shows you the effect that they're having on the business, not just, you know, obviously the shows are great and stuff like that, but in terms of what business they're doing as well, it just shows you how far they've come in nothing really.
Such a short time.
2-3 years? How long is it?
2 years.
Well,
yeah.
So it's 2 years. It's October. I think it was the 11th when it was their first TV, and they did the few pay-per-views before that. Yeah, not even 2 years on TV, and it's already comparable. Not in total viewers yet, but in the demo, it's already beating Raw very closely, but you know, a couple of thousand over.
Wow.
It's definitely I don't know. Well, no pun intended, but it's definitely making an impact on the business. Easily, yeah. They've got CM Punk, Brian Danielson.
Brian Danielson.
I'm still not there.
I'm always gonna call him that. The Total Divas name.
And now they've got the Hearts on board. Yeah.
That's
in the space
that's
2-3 months.
Yeah. Yeah, that is like crazy to think about. I kind of mentioned it on Twitter somewhere. I can't find it, but like that Brody Lee tribute show, man. I think opened a lot of people's eyes in a weird way. That one tragedy has somehow led to, you know, CM Punk is, as you mentioned, in the company. Daniel Bryan Danielson's there. They both are cited saying that, you know, that was a really respectful show, and it really opened up the eyes to the company in a way. And I'm guessing Owen Hart's family or the foundation took note of that as well, and hey, we want to do business with you. So, in a weird way, Brody's passing has kind of been like a blessing in one regard, in that sort of in that, if you think about it in that sort of way.
Chance to show what kind of company they are.
Yeah,
they handled it exactly the right way.
Exactly. Yes. Instead of like, oh, there's this tragedy, let's, you know, belittle the widow of that person on the following night on Raw, and asking them questions that are deliberately uncomfortable.
Yeah, or the Steph promo after 9/11.
Oh
my God. Family's been through hard times as well. Like, what the God. How is that appropriate? Yeah, they don't. It's weird. It's like they're not humans sometimes. I don't know what their priorities are. I don't know what they're thinking most of the time. Is it that hard to put on a show where the priority is giving people something fun to watch, like just a show that people want to tune into and stay tuned into,
and not make it about yourself?
Your highest rating in the opening segment, your lowest in the last one, and it's just like steadily dropping through the night.
Yeah.
Don't you then at some point think, well, we're not doing enough to hold attention? Maybe what we're doing isn't good enough. Maybe we should shake it up.
Yeah.
Apparently not. For 20 years.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. Yeah.
I wonder if WWE is too big for its own boots, I feel like.
Because it's too big to fail. Like,
yeah, well,
it's guaranteed.
Well, I don't know the full extent of AEW's backstage, I feel like. But it sounds to me like it's quite a small number of people. You got Tony Khan. I don't even know who else is in there. just him and Cody Rhodes by the sound of it. I know there are probably more people involved, but it sounds like a very small team, or that are basically in charge. WWE, there's probably about 10 people before you even get to Vince.
Well, it's weird. The writing setup, they got 30 writers to do, and that never works.
Especially when, supposedly Vince, wants to rewrite
then
the
just
show.
tears it all up.
Yeah. Crazy.
No one wants to say anything because they don't want the attention, because they get fired if they make the wrong suggestions. And
yeah.
If they ever make a good one, everyone else wants to jump in on it, and then it ends up not being the good idea that it once was. You hear all sorts of stuff from the former writers and how it just doesn't work. And so I think you're kind of right. They're too big. They're not worried about competition. They haven't been for a long time.
And now there's actual competition.
Now there actually is, and look at what they're doing. They've fired a load of people. They've called a few up, and they're turning their developmental into 6'2" and above, and 260 and above, and we don't want any indie guys anymore who actually have paid their dues or learned what to do.
Yeah.
They want to teach people their own way and have as many Randy Orton clones as possible, which is fine. I kind of understand the thinking, because Randy Orton says that he can do what he does perfectly night in, night out, and it's never going to be that exciting, but he can deliver his 3.5-star match in his sleep. So it's like, okay, I kind of get that you want that consistency, and you want to know that any one of your call-ups can plug into any program and everyone knows how to work with everyone, and there's nothing, you have a very consistent level, but with no peaks. No one stands out.
Mm.
You don't get any clash of styles matches that are actually interesting. You don't get one guy who's like. I was just thinking the other day, why does anyone like anyone in WWE? Why does anyone have a favorite wrestler? How does anyone stand out from anyone else?
Mm.
Well, Alexa
I can't think of any reason.
Alexa can do spooky stuff.
Yeah, I guess. That's good. A good an answer as there is.
I mean, Braun would run around the ring like a train, to the point where they added like a train sound effect for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this, like Matt Riddle's got a scooter. is that it?
Well,
Is that what the characters are these days?
Well, he can make
Everyone
birds fly out of
pretty
them.
much the same match. Is it that one guy has like a cooler looking finishing move than the other guy, or
Yeah, I guess.
is just what the people look like? Is it just that Alexa Bliss is like hotter than Charlotte, and so that's my favorite? Is that it, or is it that
she's a goth? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because she's a goth. Is that the thing, or is it that Kofi Kingston or Big E, I guess, has been around for 10 years or whatever, and now like he's finally getting what we think he deserves, so we're behind that? Is that it? Because there's no like personality. I don't know. It's just there's nothing there. And then you got AEW, where a guy like Adam Cole shows up out of nowhere and is immediately a huge star. He's one of their top guys now. Whereas WWE wanted to call him up to the main roster just to keep him under contract, and we're going to make him a manager.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's the plan. But they had him for whatever it was, 4 years, and he was in developmental. So they obviously had no plans. There's one side that's actually doing stuff and it's working and people are enjoying it, and the other guys are just rolling along, same things ever, very controlled. Nothing bigger than the company. No one's ever allowed to grow their own thing. It's just keep doing this thing, keep churning out the same show every week.
Yeah.
And yeah, the sooner they get scared of the ratings war, the better.
And they will. It's going to happen.
Yeah, bubble's going to burst.
But then what they got? That's the other thing. What can they do now? More Roman Reigns, more Brock Lesnar, end the brand split and put Reigns on both shows? That's not going to do it.
I mean, that would be a start, but you're right. You are right. It's not going to do it. It's not enough. Because like I as I mentioned before, that like there's no new up and coming stars. Like
Nope.
you have Becky, who's basically a fan favorite out of accident, if you will,
And who's trying to be a heel.
right? And before that was probably Roman Reigns, that everybody was like, make him a heel, and look at the success he has now. I'm acknowledging him. Yeah, way better.
He's better, but I don't think he's going to turn business around.
Right. That's the problem. Outside of those two, I can't really point at anybody that's just going to be like, hey, this is your answer,
And if you could, like, I don't know, is it Drew McIntyre, who's in his mid-30s now? It's definitely not Bobby Lashley. Like, everyone's old. They're all old.
Yeah.
And then there's this massive gap between, like, the established guys you've got on the main roster, the AJ and Sheamus and Jeff Hardy, and then, like, whoever we've got in NXT now. They're obviously not ready. That's the whole point.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's
Von
just nothing
Wagner.
in the middle. There's no one to get excited about.
There's Von Wagner in NXT.
Von Wagner,
Yeah.
Braun Breaker.
Dude. Just call him Rex Steiner for the love of anything.
Call him Rex Steiner.
Why is there 2 Ks in his name? He's one away from being a racist. Like, what the hell? That's what, like, I'm sorry, but if that's his own doing, you gotta step in and just be like, no, we gotta call you Rex Steiner. I'm sorry, man. That's a dumb name. And if it was, creative doing it, you just gotta be like, I'm sorry, that's a dumb name. Call me Rex Steiner.
Or at least break it with 1K. Like, why is there 2? That's not even a thing.
Yeah, what are you doing? But yeah, I don't know. It's very hard. I don't know what WWE's going to do. They're kind of up shit's creek without a paddle.
Yeah.
And again, once the bubble bursts, I think that's going to be what are you going to do? Bring out the McMillions again, the giveaway for ratings? Like, come on, that's only going to be a
super short-term stuff.
Right? Yeah. So I don't know.
You can't bring the Undertaker out anymore.
And that's not the answer anyway. Even if you could bring Taker or Shawn back or Triple H or Austin out of retirement, you get a show out of that.
Yeah. No, you're right.
What have they got long term? You need if they had a handful of guys, like early AEW had MJF and Jungle Boy and Darby.
Yeah.
And like that was enough. 3 young guys who you think over the next 10 years we're going to see them go from almost nothing to hopefully main eventers, and that's fine. I'll watch for that. If WWE had Ricky Starks is good. I like him. That would be something. There'd be like a story that I could follow for the next couple of years as this guy gains momentum like Randy Orton did 20 years ago. That's fine, but they don't have any of those guys.
You're making me question why I've just bought tickets for the show in November.
Because for a one-off, it's not bad. Like you know what you're gonna get, right, and it will be fine.
Yeah, it'll be
solid.
It'll be a fun night out of something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a house show as well. If you're going to TV, that's a lost cause. That's 70 quid down the drain. But the house shows, the wrestlers actually seem to have a good time there. They have a little bit longer, not so much filler.
Vince and Adam.
Yeah, it's not so important, so they can just
Dick
have
around.
A little bit more fun out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Everyone knows. Wrestling is always best when they're having fun out there.
He's having fun out there.
The worst Michael Cole line. He's having fun out there.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. I just, and if that show's in Liverpool, Will, I mean, there's a pretty good chance that Vince will make fun of the city name again. Was it a disease?
He won't turn up to the house show. Doesn't turn up to SmackDown.
That's true. Very, very true.
You can't blame him for either, to be fair. But...
NXT to write.
Yeah. God. him and Pritchard. They both gotta go.
I didn't see this week's NXT actually. Has you ruined it properly yet?
I didn't see it either. I only saw bits and pieces of the debut week, and how butchered the fucking NXT logo looks.
I saw the wedding. I mean, what doesn't tell you that Vince McMahon's running the show and that he's got a wedding at the end of the thing? But
really rushed wedding.
Yeah.
Just got together.
I did think it was quite good. I did see the wedding in full actually. I did see how he kept the staying silent gimmick going. Mm-hmm. That's been quite good. And he had the action as shoot. So some of it has actually been good, but the good is far less than the bad. Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah, the good isn't good enough.
I'm surprised William Regal's still involved in it. I thought
he was always a highlight. Whenever I watched NXT, he was the best thing on it.
Oh yeah, he was the best thing in the wedding, just for his facial expressions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was like a zombie ref behind him for some reason.
That's a callback to it.
Is it the stag night or something?
Yeah. That's quite good writing actually for WWE. They did that. I'm surprised. um, but yeah, I mean, Regal's. I thought he'd have well gone by now, just given the state of the production. He doesn't seem the type to, he just get out when he can. I'm surprised he come because he wasn't he sick for a bit or something, and he come back again, didn't he?
Came back and he did that thing of wanting to quit, and that's why Samoa Joe came back to be his enforcer.
I might get mixed up with that.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe I don't know what his situation is. I'm guessing he must live over there, like he must live in the area, because I don't know how he carries on doing what he's doing. But yeah, apparently his son is just about to debut in NXT UK actually.
Oh, cool.
I've just reading before, he's not actually being billed as his son or called his son.
Oh my god, why do they do this?
Bailey Matthews.
That's his actual name.
He had actually wrestled under his actual name on NXT UK recently. But they're repackaging him as Charlie Dempsey.
Charlie Dempsey.
And
related to
he
Tom
doesn't
Dempsey,
want-
the football kicker.
It's gonna be associated with Regal at all. He's not even gonna say he's his son or.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but like, if they're a son of a popular superstar, why wouldn't you put that over? Going back to
I
Rex
understand.
Steiner again.
Yeah,
Unless
it's
it's
like, it's stupid with Steiner, but at least I can understand maybe because they really don't like Scott Steiner, right? That was like a thing. Don't let this man in the building.
What are they calling him? Bron Breaker or something?
Ron Breaker,
Yeah, with 2 Ks.
So, like, I can understand maybe they don't want to be associated with Scott Steiner, and that's why they don't do that one. But
Oh,
William Regal's right there. He's heavily involved.
Yeah. I mean, you could mention Rick Steiner, but not Scott directly.
Yeah, everyone associates Steiner with Scott.
Yeah.
Unless, I say, maybe it's his decision. He doesn't want the pressure, maybe.
And then it goes back to what I was saying originally of get a better name.
Well,
I'm sorry. Somebody's got to intervene and just be like, that's dog shit, dude. You got to come back with something better.
yeah, you're right. I mean, he could have gone under his real name, Bailey Matthews. Only if you looked him up, you'd have known if he was his son or not.
Yeah. But it's just, I don't know.
I always want to work out where they get their names from. So Charlie Dempsey, I'm guessing it's related to Jack Dempsey, the boxer. I don't know where the Charlie comes from, though.
Charlie's like your typical Cockney English guy, isn't he? All right, mate. My name's Charlie.
I guess it's kind of
Sure.
Or Charles. Maybe it's Charles because William and Charles. It's like a royal thing.
I suppose, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The British family sort of thing.
Well, yeah, the old kings.
Mm-hmm.
We had Kings Williams and Charleses.
There's some other NXT name changes. See, why have they done that? I don't get that. Joseph Fatu, the other Russo.
Mm-hmm.
He's now known as Sefa Fatu. What was wrong with Joseph?
It's already Roman Reigns' name.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
Of course, Joe, yeah.
Well, he's not
Lazy
allowed to.
Joe.
Yeah.
Lazy Joe. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Apparently, it's come out this week as well. They wanted, I mean, you can see why he left, but apparently they wanted to repackage Adam Cole for the main roster.
Yeah, we briefly mentioned it, but yeah, he wanted
Did you mention that?
allegedly wanted to be a manager.
Make him a manager.
to Keith Lee. The Bearcat. Keith Lee.
That's his got a new name as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bearcat.
Which is dumb.
I don't know. I quite like the Bearcat. That's a throwback name.
The Bearcat, if it was just called that, that would be okay. But the Keith Bearcat Lee, or whatever he was announced, that doesn't make any sense.
Keith Lee is the problem.
Well, it's Keith. The problem.
yeah, you're right.
Wow.
There's about 1,000 Lees and none of them are that bad. But yeah, Keith is not like. That's one of those. If Vince had a problem with Keith the same way he did with like Antonio, or what were the other ones? Alexander Rusev was cut. Occasionally he just decides that a name isn't tough enough. Adrian Neville, Adrian's not. Keith I could get. But he hasn't taken that one away.
Sounds like a plumber or something, Keith.
Keith Lee. Bearcat Wright.
I mean, some of the names that need changing. What was the other British fella's name? The older guy. Oh God, what's his name?
The other British guy.
Dave Taylor.
Oh, Dave Taylor, yeah. That's a standard name.
Some guy you meet in the street. Hi, Dave. How you doing?
Oh, my neighbour, Dave Taylor.
But the wrestler name should be something, something a bit more inspiring than Dave.
Or at least like Dave the Bruiser Taylor. Like, give him something.
There's Dave Taylor. All right.
Dave Taylor.
Put them boxes in the back, will you, Dave?
Taylor Davids, that's what he'd be in NXT.
Oh God, yeah, they say that around.
Tyler Davids, probably. Yeah. I have a game for you.
Okay.
If you want to play a game
Before we get out of here.
before we get out of here.
All right.
Because we were talking before the show about the upcoming pay-per-views. So we know that Extreme Rules is coming up, and then Crown Jewel in October. That doesn't really count as one. And we know the Survivor Series and TLC, but there's is there going to be one in October? So I was looking up, like, what did we have last year that we don't have this year, and all of that stuff. At the bottom of the page, on the wiki for WWE pay-per-view events. So don't look this up.
Okay.
Cheap.
Okay.
They have the 10 wrestlers who have the most pay-per-view matches across, WWE history. So I want to see if you guys can name, if you go back and forth, I don't know, flip a coin for who goes first. If you each get, should we say, 6 tries to name the 10 between you, who could name the most?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Took a sip of water, went down the wrong way. Okay, yeah, go on, I'll do this.
Alright, so I'm going to flip a coin here.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
You're going to do a...
I was going to spin a wheel.
Okay, yeah, cool, spin the wheel.
Production.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well... You're doing multiple segments, you're not just doing half and half.
Oh, yeah, that's 4 each, yeah. And we can shuffle it around.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Okay.
Shuffle.
And here, we'll give this a spin. Well, let me throw it up on the stream here.
This is the best website I've ever seen in my life.
There we go.
Oh. It looks like Will's going first.
All right.
All right, Will, name one of the 10 wrestlers who wrestled the most pay-per-view matches in WWE history.
Okay.
The most?
Okay. Straight in there with Kane.
Kane, would you believe, is number 1.
Hey.
Ding.
He has wrestled 176 pay-per-view matches.
Top answer.
Between the top answer between SummerSlam 95 and the 2021 Royal Rumble.
Because he was one of the most prolific Royal Rumble entrants.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He did 12 in a row or something.
Yeah.
I think it went up to something like the 2012 Rumble, and he was on the show, but they didn't put him in the match. It really bugged me. That was
I'm
weird.
thinking he's never had any major injuries either.
That's also true. He's always been kind of healthy in that regard.
That's probably why he had wrestled so many matches.
insignificant. Other than the burnt face, obviously. That was
Well, yeah, that's a bit of a hindrance.
pretty major. All right, over to you, Smoot. There's 9 left.
So, is there a time frame on this, or just in history?
This is all WWE pay-per-views, so we're going back to, I guess, WrestleMania, or the Wrestling Classic, if you want. Not that there's anyone from that show on there.
It's got to be. I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin's got to be on there somewhere, right?
Is that your answer?
That is my answer. Yeah.
No, Steve Austin.
Come on.
Yeah.
He was only around from like what 96 to 03 or something. Quite short. He burned fast and bright.
All right.
See, it's gonna be a lot of mid-carders, I think.
Maybe.
Because your main eventers, they don't stick around very long, do they? So.
Oh. So, Will, back to you. You can
Okay.
take a big lead here.
Oh, music.
Yeah.
Okay, second guess.
Mm-hmm.
The artist formerly known as The Big Show.
Yeah, just formerly known as The Big Show, having wrestled 142 matches between WrestleMania 15 and SummerSlam 2017. He's number 7 on the list.
Ding.
Big G, he's on there. So, Smoke, you got to salvage something here from your second guess.
Wow. Let's go with somebody modern who's still in the game today. Randy Orton.
Randy Orton is not on. No, of course he's on the list. He's number 2. He's 175 matches, just 1 behind Kane.
Oh,
wow, that's a lot.
So I need to be on the list, and then keep it that high.
He is way up there.
2-1.
Yeah.
2-1 after 2 each.
If Orton's there, then I'm gonna say relatively modern. Well, he is modern. John Cena.
Oh.
John Cena debuted only a couple of months after Randy Orton, but retired a little while back. He is still on there though. 163. He's 5th on the list there.
How could I forget about him?
3.
It's probably because I can't see him.
You can't see him.
Ugh. The most. Oh man, this is tough actually when you think about it. Somebody, and again, this is the top 10. What are we calling this? The top 10 prolific.
Top 10 most pay-per-view matches, yeah.
Most pay-per-view matches of superstars appearing or competing.
You best not be Google.
I'm not. I'm trying to set something up here. I'm trying to set something up, believe it or not.
I know you wouldn't.
Here, hold on. Window capture.
I trust you. I believe you.
Here. There it is. Okay. Okay. I'll just do this real quick. That's all I was doing.
Excuse me.
Alright. Let's go. I was gonna say Triple H.
He was gonna be mine next year.
That's my guess because he has to put himself over with everything.
He does, and you can't go over without wrestling matches.
That's right.
He is 4th on the list there, 173.
That is number
Which
2.
means, if you've been listening closely, Kane at number 1 had 176. Randy Orton at number 2 had 175, and Triple H at 4 had 173.
Oh,
The guy at 3rd has 174. There's one each between the top
Yeah.
4.
that's crazy.
Very close.
Okay.
So
So what have we got left?
we have
5.
3rd, 6th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Yeah, 5 more.
It's getting hard, isn't it?
Yeah. What's the point?
I'm assuming next guest was going to be Triple H. So you've called me out there.
Sneaked in there.
Okay, bit of an out there one, but he had a lot of time off. Maybe he was up there. Edge.
Oh.
Edge.
Oh.
Because he was prolific back in the day.
Was.
Edge was on every show when he was mid-carding, and then he was on a lot when he was main eventing. He is on there. He is number 8, 134 matches between SummerSlam 98 and SummerSlam 21.
Undertaker.
Undertaker straight in there. He is the missing number 3.
Yeah.
174. All right, this is staying close here.
Yeah.
Still got the lead because of Steve Austin, but there's only 3 more to go.
I can't think of anyone else. No, it's getting tough.
It is.
Some all time there.
Maybe some time here. Maybe.
Should be a time limit on these.
I mean, we could do that. We have that technology.
Do we?
We do.
What? Anything's possible.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get that here. Hold on.
Who have you got?
Yeah, come on, Will.
know.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Okay, yeah, I don't think this guy's going to be there, to be honest with you, but we'll try him. Kurt Angle.
Oh, that's a good
That's
guess.
your first miss. He was a big deal, much like Steve Austin. He showed up in late 98 and was gone by 06. So he was all over the show in that time, but just not long enough.
How much of a clock do you want on the time guesses here, Chucks?
I don't know. Should we go? I don't know, a minute feels like a real long time when it's just dead air.
Yeah.
Let's just get you throwing names out. Let's do like a 20-second time, and then you can just it doesn't matter. Just throw some names.
Oh wow, look at that in theme.
The colours nice.
Hold on.
Incredible.
Okay. Alright, so 20 seconds. We can do that.
But yeah, it's your pick to make.
Let's go with Kane was already mentioned. Undertaker's up there. I'm trying to think of somebody else. Edge was mentioned. Oh boy. Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. No.
Oh!
He's from that early era.
Yeah.
Pay-per-views back then.
Yeah.
I was going to say, he kind of predates pay-per-view, doesn't he?
Yeah, like he caught that early pay-per-view era when it was just the big 4 every year. You want to go much more recent, as of about 99, 2000, when it was 1 a month. That's
it was a long shot. I'm sorry. Right.
This should be kind of right in my wheelhouse, as they say, because that's when I started watching, like 2000 onwards.
Yeah.
So I should know these, but
yeah.
Okay, we've had Edge. Let's go Christian.
8 seconds. Okay, Christian.
Christian is not on the list there.
No.
Over to you, Smoot.
Man, this is tricky.
It is
Yeah.
now.
This is going to be kind of a stretch here a little bit, but I'm gonna say Rey Mysterio.
Oh, I like. Yeah, it's good
That's a good
thinking.
shout.
Good thinking. It's not right, but I see what you're going with. So, how many more guesses each do you want? Do we go until we got them, or?
I mean, go until we got him, I guess here.
All right.
Unless,
I know.
Could be a while.
yeah, it could be.
I
I mean,
know
it's your
it's
call.
I could at some point give you some hints, like I've got their first matches and last matches, if that maybe helps.
Made the clock bigger.
Yeah, sorry.
Getting really big now.
Fill the screen in a minute. Actually, I've got a guess actually before you start throwing clues in.
Okay. Yeah.
She's kind of up there with. Okay, let's go.
Let's do
Chris
it.
Jericho.
Oh, what's
Chris
a good one?
Jericho is on the list. He's the highest one left, in fact. Number 6, 144 matches. Between Unforgiven 99 and the Greatest Royal Rumble.
5.
Which means you've got 5. So the best Smoot can do now is
Tie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should probably start the clock there. I don't know. Rey Mysterio was like I said, a good guess. Christian's not up there. I don't know. Time got me on that one. 15 seconds.
Alright, we've had Kane and Undertaker. We've had
5 seconds.
Okay, I'll go Triple H is up there, so I'll go Shawn Michaels. Just got it in there.
Oh, just on the buzzer there.
Oof. Close.
Shawn Michaels is on the list. He is number 10.
He's got it. Nice.
Survivor Series 88, the Crown Jewel 2018, 117 matches. So I guess that's the end. You've got 6 out of the 10. Smoot got the 3.
Yeah.
Out of fairness, I'll give Smoot another guess to get the missing one.
There we go. The missing one. There's one left, huh? He's the hardest. Well, it's a he. Okay, so that's.
Yeah, they're all.
Narrows it down.
If you don't get it, can I have a guess? 'Cause I think I might know who it is.
Sure, yeah. What?
Orton.
Not that it matters.
Big Show, Jericho, Orton, Cena, Kane, Undertaker. Triple H is already up there. I don't know. Go ahead, throw it out there.
What did you think, though?
I'm maybe way off. I don't know. Is it the Miz?
It is the Miz.
Wow.
Was it?
It's the Miz. 121 for the Miz.
I wasn't sure because obviously he's very recent, but
It goes back to
He's
04.
been around
Armageddon
forever.
2004. This guy's been around for ages.
Yeah. That's
I
crazy.
didn't think he'd been around that long, but
There you go.
Hey.
Kane, Orton, Taker, Triple H, Cena, Jericho, Big Show, Edge, Miz, and Shawn Michaels. 10 most prolific pay-per-view wearers.
what's your Excuse me, what do I win?
Yeah, what does he win?
You win a spot on the Extreme Rules pre-show. Which one of those 10 guys do you want to wrestle? I don't think any of them are booked.
No, I don't know they are. I'll take Cena because you can't see him.
Oh, there you go. But he's not booked either.
Can't see Cena on a pre-show.
Well, first time for everything, isn't it?
Anything else you guys want to add before we get out of here?
No, I think that's
Loving the
that's
music.
it.
Yeah, it's the millionaire. Before, like when it was syndicated and they had to change a lot of things. Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the show, and if you do, drop a like and all that jazz, and
Yeah,
subscribe.
like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Smash that notification bell.
Yes. Thank you.
That's what everyone has to say.
That's
Smash
what
it.
that's what Will should have won. He was the one that should say that.
Yeah, right. Get to say the thing.
Yeah, we'll be back next week, hopefully with Beans here, and keep an eye out on Twitter for all the latest stuff and things like that. We'll get Beans his predictions and things and all that jazz. Until then, we'll see you then. Good night.